What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Vampy Book Club. I can't do this without two of my favorite people in the whole wide world. Dollardel, that's one. The other one, Triple B.
And I brought my blood serum because Vampy may have lost hers.
So, yep. And then we're going over, episode 43, but we're going over 42. So I'm excited to go over this with B and and Dollardel here. I'm excited to to dive into this thing. But guess what happened again? I found it on Heritage again, twice. So it sold in 2016 once, and it sold in 2024 once. So what do we think it sold for 2016 for? Any guesses?
In 2016, I mean, she's so popular now. Maybe back then people weren't realizing who she really is. I say
$1,000. What about you, Del?
I'm thinking about $1,500.
So that's the 2016 price. What we thinking? So I think it was super low, but let's see. Drum roll, please. 2016 was for $406.30. Where the hell would the 30 cents come from?
Yeah, I know, right? Give me a damn time machine. I want to go back in time and buy this thing right for 407 for sure.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Looks like something else, like a eBay auction.
Yeah,
pretty much. And then it sold in 2024. So what did we think of how much from this price?
So you're saying so it sold in 2016 for $406, and then it didn't resell until what'd you say, 2014?
No, 2024.
2024. Man, I said 1,000 first. I'm gonna say $2,400.
What about you, Del?
Yeah, about $2,600.
All right, so Del, so what's the how they take their fees away, right? So how much do you think they took away from this for 406? If whoever bought
auction houses, they take a big chunk. They take at least on average about 20-25%.
So let's just say they took 25% away from this, so 400. So
they took $100. They took a little over $100.
So they took over. So the guy made $300.
Yeah.
So or on it. So, but the guy that bought it, I think he made out like a fucking bandit. I think. What do we think? We both, all of us,
it's definitely way more. Yeah, way more than 406.
Yeah, drum roll. Yeah. So, dude, I think the guy that freaking
he made bank,
dude.
Bank. 4750. Again, I still think it's low.
But we all think it's low. But my thing is, he bought it for $406.30 and freaking made that much off of this painting. So
$4 grand plus commission.
Yeah. Plus the commission. So you're saying 100, so they take 100 away. So 3,000. So he walked away with 3.
Yeah, that's why I did the math real quick. I pull out the calculator. It's like, so taking away 25% of that, going to say it's 25% to the auction house.
Right.
He walked away with $3,562.
Right. So this one he walked away with. Let's just say the same thing. So he walked away with 300.
That's only 3,000. Yeah. So he still made out. He still. But
he still made out though. But whoever sold it originally didn't make out good.
Yeah.
He's still 10x his money.
Yeah.
So
yeah. But I'm just saying, whoever sold it first probably saw the freaking auction in 2024. Goes, damn, I should have held it
until then. But you got to understand too, like this is not going to be a comic book sized page. This is going to be a full freaking painting. It's going to be big. Way bigger than we get, in our normal, 9x12 or whatever it is.
Right.
11x8, I think it is, comic book cover. So you're getting an actual painting, and that's what's so stunning about these.
Yeah, it's like we were saying, man. Guy bought it for $400 something, man, and made out like a freaking bandit for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we're getting into, and B would like this story because it's to do with a little bit of history about the gold,
we
the
got
gold
El
golden
Dorado.
El Dorado in it.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, I had a feeling you would like this one. But so that's why when I read it, we get another, Gonzalez
okay, so real quick, like what did he was off for so many issues, Jose Gonzalez, and then like did he forget that Vampy's a brunette? Because why did he draw her with a redhead right here?
Well, I'm thinking it's the inker's fault on that one. I don't think it was all Gonzalez's fault. I think the inker went too heavy on the red and accidentally died.
I like it though. I dig it. I dig it. I'm glad that we got and when we get to the first panel, I'm like, oh, we got a different artist. Oh, it's Jose's back. He's back, baby.
Right. Yeah, and then we get Pantha on this issue too. So
which is a very adult story.
So that one I may go over, but I'm not showing nothing, no panels, just in case. But we get the Mountain of Skulls.
Yeah, it does, and I love like actually because I read this twice just today, and like
what's going on, Sean?
What's up, Puff Comics? Oh, what are you doing, buddy? Yeah, this really definitely the title of this makes sense once you read the whole story.
Yeah, once you go get deeper into it. But let's just say Pendragon and Vampirella are on a plane going home, and they pretty much fly across South America, and something happens.
You remember that TV show Lost? This is kind of reminding me of Lost, where the planes, the pilots are like, we might be going down here, and they do, and like Pendragon's this. And Vampy, I love the companionship between both of them too. Like they really go together, like peanut butter and jelly or whatever.
Peas in a pod, pretty much.
Pod, exactly. Yep.
But I thought it was freaking hilarious because she already has a bad feeling. She's already telling him like, "Hey, I don't got a good feeling about this or whatever."
And he's like, me either, because these two fat bastards behind us disordered more chicken. Man, they're so freaking fat they can take this whole plane down by how much they weigh.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
This is a hilarious issue. It really is. It's so
dude,
funny.
I enjoyed it because it was freaking funny. But my favorite line is the pompous, the rich people see him and her together, and their first line is, "Oh, this gold digger."
Man, look at this gold digger. She's hardly wearing any clothes. She must be into him for his money. What could she ever see into him?
Right.
And like, let alone like that's not what it is about at all. But it's so funny, like seeing these other two characters like looking at Vampy and Pendragon. And like, okay, she's a gold digger, but that's not what it is.
Dude, that's so funny. That's so far from the truth. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was so far from the truth. And then, dude, the funniest part. Guess what happens? Her serum gets brought back up again in this issue.
It does it. Yeah.
I thought it was funny. I'm like, dude, we went with this many issues and we haven't talked about anything about her serum, and now you bring her serum back when she's on a plane. I mean, okay, understandable. She needs to have it so she doesn't end up going to bite nobody, but I understand that much. But
it's like that's something I noticed too, that hasn't been mentioned for like I feel like 3-4 issues.
Right.
Well, it hasn't been mentioned at all, and all of a sudden it's like randomly mentioned here.
Right.
About her serum. I'm like, here we go again with the lack of continuity.
Right.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I get that. I mean, even though in the last few issues, what she ends up doing is like she does like get this bloodlust where she ends up, in each issue, she ends up like taking down somebody and drinks their blood. So like, but they don't really, like you said, Dell, they don't really bring up the serum in the last couple of issues, but they do bring it up in this one because of the plane crash. She lost her serum. Like, easily. So like,
but my thing is, you keep losing your vials that way. Why don't you put them in stronger containers?
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's and with the past few issues, it was definitely part of the story where she was like, she ends up feeding on a bad person,
right?
So what
she's
it
like,
is.
She's like pretty much in a way like acting like a vigilante, in a way, but using her bloodlust to feed on bad people, almost like the show Dexter, who is a psychopath serial killer, but he was only going after bad people. Yeah, so in a way like that, but it was just like, I was like,
I just thought it was funny that they brought her serum back up. I'm like, really, guys? I go, like, you go with maybe 5 to 10 issues where you don't mention it at all, and now you mention serum again. I'm like, dude, she should be able. What was it? We read. Me and Dell read the what was it? The swamp. The Loch Ness monster one, where they said, oh, she doesn't need it as bad as when she goes underwater. When she underwater, she needs it every couple of hours or something, or every couple of 45 minutes or something, or whatever.
It was like on land, on dry land, it's like once every 24 hours she's fine.
Right.
Like once a day she needs a drink. But like underwater, it's like it's like, but underwater it's like more frequent. It's like taking Advil. Like
it's a plot armor that they're using here. It really is. Like, but let's just get to her.
Right. Let's
leave
just
it, dude. She needs it. She needs to drink blood.
Right.
Let's just get to that.
Yeah. So plane crashes. Pretty much nobody knows that she can turn into a bat. So she turns into a bat to try to find, pretty much, because she tries to find pretty much people or some type of vehicle to transport everybody.
There's 13 survivors here from the plane crash. Of course, the rich fat people. It's and then she goes ahead and, like, they're not looking. She's gonna turn into bat form. She's like, I'm gonna go in, and like, it's cool because like it explains like what Flexman Luau does here is like he really tries to paint a picture for you and telling you what's going on. A lot of narrative, narration is going on. And so she turns into bat form. She's trying to find somebody to help because there's 13 survivors. There's hardly any food, hardly any water, just a little bit for them to survive. But if she can find somebody, or maybe find a civilization, find somebody out there in this Amazon jungle that they're in that can help them out. And she does find somebody, but
but my biggest thing is, how does she always come across the the weirdest people, or the bad the bad? You know what I mean? It's like, how does that happen all the time? It's like, because previous issues she has a certain type of sense, so she could sense people that are not good. So.
And she's not very good in this one. Like, her senses aren't very good, because we'll get to it here in a second. But she does find somebody. But why does she always find the people doing notorious things? Not the good people. She finds somebody that's a little bit they're out for their own good. They're out looking for the city of gold. They're out. So
let's answer Cliff's question. It is Lost with Vampy, pretty much, this issue.
No, exactly. This is straight up Lost featuring Vampirella, and that's what I said at the beginning, and that's what it is.
Right.
I got my blood right here. It's only Vampy. I got to get that serum for her because that's how it works.
Yeah, that's it. That serum is And then the other thing was when me and Del read it, you remember she could turn anything or I forgot, was it them or was it freaking the was it the Van Helsings or somebody could turn anything into serum? You remember?
Oh, I must have missed that one.
Yeah, that issue goes. Oh yeah, they could turn anything, water, anything. I'm like, huh?
Yeah, it was just like so random. Yeah, it was just like random. Like all of a sudden, like before it was like a specific thing, and then like it just randomly like they could change it into whatever. I'm like, huh?
Yeah. Me and Del were like, what? Like, what the hell?
Funny.
Yeah. So it would have been funnier to have your input on that issue. We're like, what? Yeah, but it was it's funny. Then then Vampy goes and searches, well, let's just say the fat rich people. Yeah, the fat rich people end up end up.
Yeah. Oh, but you might want to take this
Well,
page off real quick.
yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Well, I guess if we're 18 and up, you know.
Yeah.
But this is one of the panels that.
Just in case, we'll go back a page.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Just in case, because
we got these Amazon women, they're showing up. Like this is so cool. So like these mother bleepers are looking for the city of gold, and like they may have fucking come across some Amazon women, and they're like they freaking take down they capture the 13 survivors and
pretty much make them something. Yeah. Do
what
something.
happens? They put them in barbed wire or
hold on. I think I could at least bring up one panel. I think.
Okay. Yeah.
At least one.
I still want you to get shut down, but we're 18 and up. We're 18 and up, so it should be good. If you're that, I didn't realize that you were doing that.
So we're doing. That's the whole reason I did an 18 and up, because I knew some of these things would be in.
So that should be fine.
We're right here. We're fine. So. Like me, B, and Dollar Dell were saying, well, she always has some bad senses, man, because she's supposed to have the Draculonian sense of this guy ain't good, so maybe I shouldn't approach these guys.
But she is looking for help, and she does find this vessel out on the murky waters. They say they're trying to navigate. She's like, hey, there's this plane crash. We crashed, and like we need help. You know, we have hardly any food, hardly any water, and these bastards, dude, they're like, we can't even find El Dorado. There's no city of gold, but there's this plane crash, and they're gonna have all sorts of luggage. They're gonna have jewels and stuff in the wreckage. So let's go try to help her, because that's our gold. That's our gold ticket. That's our money ticket. And
that's their meal ticket, pretty much.
Meal ticket. So let's go and find these people, but they don't want to help them. They want to loot them. They want to loot whatever money they have.
Pretty much.
And that's the story so far.
That's the story so far. Let's see how far this gets to go, and then pretty much gets to go. And actually, Vampy gets smacked in one of these ship panels.
Oh no, yeah, because it even says like she let her guard down because she's trying.
Yeah.
You know what's cool about Vampirella? She's trying to help humans. She's trying to help all these people. She lets her guard down and doesn't sense that these are bad guys, and she gets slapped.
Right there.
Yeah.
That panel right there.
Yeah. And gets slapped. And it even tells you in all these panels from Flexman Luau, what he's telling you is like, she let her guard down, and like, because she's trying to help people, and she ends up getting knocked out, and she takes the full blow. Like normally, like her spidey senses, her vampy senses, or bat senses would notice that's coming. But she's such a in these earlier issues of Vampirella,
she's such a people person. She wants to help people.
She has a big heart and wants to help people. And she lets her senses down, and these bad guys is whacked her and knocks her the bleep out.
Yeah, pretty much knocks her out. But we get some visits from some unlikely friends, pretty much. We get but I'll skip the panel just in case, because I think it shows a little, but just in case. Yeah,
headlights there, some good headlights.
Yeah, just in case. But so they get to pretty much the camp of where all the Amazons were, so. And let's just say something catches the two guys that were supposedly helping her. Something catches their eye because the sun beams off of some skulls.
Yeah. So they make it there, and then there's a mountain of skulls there you see there at the bottom, and like these skulls have like gold in them. It's like it's a mountain of skulls, y'all. Like, what's going on, dude? We're talking about El Dorado. They maybe have found the place. The
City El Dorado, of Gold.
The City of Gold, and like the Amazon. These women there that are half naked, pretty much taking over this like El Dorado, but like because they capture the 13 passengers and they put them in a cage, right?
Hold on, I think the next one shows you the cage. Nope. That's the nope. Was it this one? No, they showed the cages. When these guys walk up to the cages. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a one with, it's got a little bit of spotlights right there. But what's so crazy is because the dude we talked about the wife and the husband that are all fat and they want more chicken, you know, because they're gluttony. They're like in first class, you know, they're the ones and they're the one that talking crap on Vampirella, saying like, "Oh, she's just in the Pendragon for being a gold digger," you know. And so like they get captured, and like this dude is so arrogant, he thinks that he can get his ass out of the Amazon capture because they're in these cages when they got captured. He's like, "Oh, take me to your embassy. You know, we can work this out." And what I mean, it took me my second time reading this. I read it. It was so funny. They're like, okay, and they let him out of his cage, and then whack off with his head, dude.
Yeah,
they just take his head off, and like we don't want to say that D word, right? But yeah, this whack kills him. And it was like, oh my god, dude, that's so funny. He's like, don't worry, I can take care of this. Okay, come on out of this cage.
Yeah, pretty much.
So dude, we're talking 1976 or something like right here. This is insane.
75, I think.
We're still in 75. Okay.
Yeah, we're still in 75.
Yeah, before I was born. Insane, insane story, dude.
Right.
Just like whack. Dude.
And then and then we get into Vampirella, and damn, I thought these were good people or whatever, good guys.
Exactly. And then because she wakes up, because remember she got knocked out, so she comes to her senses, and after when she comes to her senses, this is when all this is going down. The 13 passengers gotten captured, one of them's gotten, and then she's like, what's going on? And this is where she realizes she hasn't had her blood serum.
Oh, this is where it gets mentioned. My serum got destroyed in the crash. I'm like, where the hell was your serum? Oh, and then I thought about it. Oh yeah, it's in the undercarriage. Of course, it's gonna get destroyed if it's in a bag. But I would think you would carry it on you if you know you need it every 24 hours.
Put it right in her bra or her boot, right?
Her boot. Normally, it's in her boot. Or because now it's on her side, on her that little metal gauntlet thing that she has on normally. Okay. But it's like, okay, but like me and you and Dell were talking, like, if your serum vials keep on getting broken, wouldn't you upgrade to a stronger vial? You know what I mean? A stronger type of material or some type of thing where it won't break.
Yeah, exactly. I just think it's part of the story. It's like, okay, she doesn't have her serum now. It's okay to kill the bad people. It's okay now.
Right. It's okay to give her an excuse to turn into a bat. But you notice she doesn't attack nobody in the older ones as a normal person. Only very rare does she become a person. We've only seen her become people twice in this thing, because there was once was with that robot or Frankenstein guy. Yeah. That he and then the other time was I think it was with the headhunter. She turned into a person and turned into normal vampy. But most of the time she's a freaking vampire.
She's a bat. Yeah. And in this one it shows her flying as a bat, but in the next panel she actually is Vampirella in human form. And she goes here. Yep, and takes him, and you see the punctures on his neck. Right. And she's just loving life.
Gonzalez killed it again. You know what I mean? Like always.
With her for sure. Like
compared to the last two and the last three that we've seen so far, like with
Sanchez.
Dude, this is upgrade from Sanchez, and it's like, what the hell was Sanchez needs to take lessons from Gonzalez or something, because it's like, what the hell? It doesn't look like a thumb no more.
Not at all. Like she looks great. Like she looks great. I a little sus. We'll talk about the art a little bit later, but no, Vampy looks great.
Yeah, but so we got to get into Panther, but Panther might not show anything. We'll just talk about it just in case.
Wow, what? But we can finish this story. We're not.
Yeah, we're almost.
We're almost done. Let's finish Vampy's story because.
Oh yeah, this is pretty much the conclusion part of it almost. So.
Yeah. So she takes care of those bad guys, and then like it's like they're the El Dorado, like almost the queen of El Dorado comes up. Is because like those bad guys were wanting to take the skulls. They wanted to take the skulls of gold.
Let's mention when they take the skulls. Well, because the only reason they let the people go in the first place was to help them move the skulls, because the skulls were like they said like a couple of ton.
Yeah, it was a mountain of skulls, and it was like each one of these are worth so much money, and like and they made the passengers of this lost airplane from Lost, made them, take the skulls out and load them up to their ship. And then that's when Vampy comes and stops it all. And it's like, and Vampy has a vision saying like, we have to return all these skulls to the mountain. If not, pretty much you're going to be haunted by ghosts forever.
Well, not just haunted by ghosts, but by a certain god,
Chula or something like that.
A certain god.
Yep,
again,
exactly.
So I'm glad we didn't go for the god fell for Vampy again. I think the female might be the god. I think again.
For some reason, Vampy like switch. She goes both sides. She likes the men and the women because this goddess, they start making out. I'm like, okay, I'm down with
that. Let's talk about this part where the voices, like she says, I'm hearing voices in my head, like it's getting bad. So it's like we have to put these skulls back.
Exactly.
I feel it's kind of taboo for something in the mid 70s to put it in print.
Right. 75 at that. May of 1975. So
it's wild. It definitely is out there, and especially when we get to Panther, it's like wow. But you see Vampy over here kissing this T'Challa freaking girl.
That's who I think it is. I think it's the goddess or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just the queen of the Amazons. I think it's So
exactly. And like she's like, we have to return this and make everything right.
Right.
And that's what the whole story is about, like returning everything, making everything right. You don't want to disturb sacred sites. And that's what it is. It's a good story. I mean, I get Flexman, what he does with his writing. We go ahead and get a full story in 10 pages.
Right.
And Gonzalez writing or drawing this one is great as well.
Right.
I mean, I think it could have been done a little bit better, but we're talking 1975, right? This is a black and white magazine, and what they were able to produce with the story, with the art, was great.
Okay, I got a fun question for you guys. If you guys could own any panels in this issue, which panels would you want to own?
The one with the butt. Right there. Page 10.
Page 10.
Page 10.
Page 10. 10. See, I thought this would be a fun question for you guys. Like, if you guys could own a page, what page would you want to own? You know what I mean? So page 10. Let's go to 10. So this is page 10. So So this would there would be what the Amazon women. Oh, yep. This is where the This is where the big guy goes. Oh, I could get us out of anything.
Yep. I like that one.
Yeah, pretty much. I could get you out of anything. Well, let's just say he didn't get out of anything. He can't get out of everything. Then we go for 14. That's when we meet these guys, and then Vampy's knocked out. Yeah. I wouldn't mind owning the Vampy page where she's knocked out on, because at least you get Vampy on the page.
Yeah.
But I'll bet you that would be an expensive page, though. Yeah.
Like I said, I was really surprised that we haven't had Gonzalez in the last 5 weeks, 4 weeks.
Right.
I would think we would get a little bit better art in this one. So I'm a little bit, disappointed in the art in this one, but there's so much storytelling in it.
Right.
It's good. Vampy always looks good. Again, the background characters, the guy characters are a little bit, it's okay.
But that's his strong point. Like if you read his autobiographies, or if you've seen anybody making videos about Gonzalez's thing is close-ups of people's faces, and then the other thing is females that he likes strong females. So he's gonna put more time
16.
on.
Yeah, show page 16 if you can. Those are great Vampy right there on page 16.
16 right there.
Yep. So on the top. Look at that. Look at Vampy. That's amazing.
Right. I said,
that's our Vampirella.
Yeah, but like I said, that's why Gonzalez is bar none the best Vampirella artist or best interior Vampirella artist. There's nobody else like him. There hasn't been since him, since the 70s, because I asked the question last week was, is there any interior artist like Gonzalez? And everybody's answer was no. There's no more artists like this that do stuff like this. There are, but there are, you know what I mean? There's not as many. It's rare to have anybody to do his style.
Yeah, because we get pencils and ink here, and then the new one, like Ergen Gunions, I really like his Christopher Reese run, but he's digital. So.
Right. And a lot of them are digital now. So a lot of this stuff is pen and inked. Yep. And if Gonzalez, dude, imagine if Gonzalez had a freaking computer doing this stuff, a little bit of help. I bet you that this stuff would be like out of this world. If he had the chance to use the stuff they had now, I could imagine like using the inks that we have now, you know.
And Joe Jesko did Bloodlust, and he's known for his cover art, but he did Vampirella
Bloodlust interior.
Amazing.
Right.
Absolutely,
but it took him
amazing.
What I've heard, it took him forever.
Yeah.
It took him the problem is decent interior artists, it's gonna take them a little bit for stuff. So
I always like this when Jesko, but he's done other stuff too in this. He's done my two favorite characters,
right?
Punisher and Hulk too. So
nice.
on the magazines stuff, like the cover art.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah, it's not only magazines. He's done the cards. He says he even said he's never doing the freaking Marvel cards ever again. If they ask him, because the freaking timeline he had, he said I would never do that now because he goes, back then I was young. That's the only reason I did it. But if they ask me to do it now at the age
he's such a good artist. He's up there with Carla Cohen, Paul Rillo, Selena.
But if it wasn't for him, I don't think we would have a Carla. We wouldn't have a freaking Perillo.
Exactly. I agree.
Because if it wasn't for the Enrich Torres, it wasn't for Saint Julian, Jose, all these guys, we wouldn't have a Perillo. We wouldn't have a freaking Carla nowadays. You know what I mean? Because these guys are the ones that inspired these guys to be artists. Frazetta, what I mean? All these guys. So
I will say like even the guy that's doing the cover A. What's the guy's name?
Perillo.
Perillo. Yeah, he's I just started looking at him like recently. I don't buy the current stuff, but I started looking at the cover A's for that. And it's like especially the past couple issues.
Yep. Right. He's on cover A.
Yeah. He's on. But if you bought Vampirella from starting from 2010 when he started, or early 2000, early 90s, he was on Magic cards. That's what he was known for. Yeah, he was on Magic cards originally, and then he, as soon as Vampirella came to Dynamite in 2010, he jumped on it. But he wasn't cover A guy. It was either Alex Ross or it was either Joe Gisco was cover A guy, and then he was cover H or or R or one of the lower. Now in the 2020s is when he became cover 8 guy, and now there's other artists behind him that are pretty good that I would invest in. Not, I mean, don't get me wrong, I would invest in Perillo,
but like fucking Selena is like, right. I think Selena is probably the best freaking cover artist right now. Selena is amazing. Right. Especially check out the recent Vampirella book that came out. Selena, I bought the Virgin. I think it was cover F, 12F, Vampirella 12F.
Right.
Oh my god.
Dude. I love freaking Dynamite because Dynamite, if they run out of letters, they go to triple letters. So it goes the triple H, the triple R, the triple Z.
Yeah, I'm like, they do that. It's a little bit too much. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're putting out way too many covers.
Right.
But pretty much a lot of them are the same ones. It's like different color, maybe a virgin.
Well, it's kind of with the Mark Spear stuff, too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yep, exactly. So what are we thinking story-wise? Or did we enjoy the story? Did we at least enjoy it?
I'll go first. I mean,
yeah.
Like, so I read it twice today. The first time I read it, I'm like, okay, that's cool. And then the second time I read it, I missed things that I read from the first time.
Right.
And so I'm like, oh wow, this is so funny. This is so good.
Right.
I thought the story was great. The art in it too matched the story. It was a great one shot. Like, this is what Flexman does.
Right.
He'll give you a whole story in 10 panels or 10 pages. 10 pages. So yeah, easy 8 out of 10 for sure. I like it.
All right.
It was a good story.
Yeah, I agree. I'll agree. Story wise, I'll give it a solid 8. Okay. Del, what about you? Your score is the big one because you are non-Vampirella guy. So
you're not the fanboy like me and Jeff are.
Yeah.
Not a fanboy.
Yeah. We don't drool. You don't drool over her. We do.
It's like even I'm kind of critical about Punisher. I'm a I like so, but I thought it was decent. It was okay. It was an okay story. Still with the plot hole about the
serum.
It's like really again.
We should. Us three should start a drinking game. Every time they mention it in serum, you have to take a drink in every episode. If they mention it at least once, that's one drink. But if they mention it more than once, it's more than one drink.
but at least Gonzalez tries to, whoever wrote this one is like, I think he's trying to follow the original run. But it was all right. I think I give it a 7. Honestly, it was okay. Right. It was something different. It was the Amazon.
Right. So non
El Dorado in there. A little bit of history.
Non Vampy fan score is 7. Hardcore Vampy fan is an 8. So that's not bad. The score is actually not bad. So that's actually not bad because this is our best score. Well, not our best scored, but it's one of our decent more scored out of 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Because
better.
Yeah. But out of 3 weeks, man, we got thumb face Vampy, man. So it's like at least we don't got thumb face Vampy in the yeah. So because we had Sanchez last week. We had the artist Sanchez something, and his stuff is still look like a damn thumb. What's going on, Dusty?
Oh, what up, Limelight? How you doing today, man? Hope it's going well.
Blinded by the light. Oh,
it's actually Dusty Big Brown, but I don't know why it keeps on showing up on our end.
Dusty Bottoms, Dusty Roads.
Yeah, but Dusty like I said, so okay. So the other score we need to score it for somebody that just picks it off a newsstand. Like, what's that score going to be for this? A high one, right? At least.
No, for me, again, another 8 out of 10. If you're just picking it up, first time read, no, it's a great story. That's why it was a good story. 8 out of 10. First time, you don't need to know anything. You're like, oh wow, this hot chick turns into a bat. Oh yeah, what's wrong with that?
Yep. So it's a 8, and then I would do your recommendation if I recommended this issue to somebody. If you like Lost, you're gonna like this issue because it's Lost with Vampy in it, pretty much.
Exactly.
Yep. So that's how I would recommend somebody on this issue, and then I'll agree with that. I'll agree with B. It's a solid 8. And then what about you, Del? You're the one. You're the deciding factor here. You're the non-fan for pickup ability wise.
Yeah, pickup ability is especially if they're not. See, if nobody has read any previous issues, then it should be easy to pick up, especially with not knowing anything about the serum and the whole thing. Then it'll be easy. It's like, oh, she takes, kind of put two and two together. It's like, oh, she takes a blood substitute. All right, so it's still a pretty easy enough story to follow. It's a one-shot deal, so I'll give it an 8. I'll give it a solid 8. I'll agree with you guys. It's a solid 8.
Okay. So pick up ability wise, solid 8. So if you guys want to go out and pick it up, or you guys want to digitally read it, you more than happy to. It's an 8, and then like how I explained it, just like a B explained it. It's Lost with Vampy thrown in.
It's fun. Yeah. It's a fun story. Fun.
It's a fun one. It's it's one and done, one and gun. It's a fun, really great for one shot. You know what I mean? Flexman, Flexman Low outdid himself on this one. He put some history in it, but we get next week's story. We don't. They give Flex a break, and we get Bill Dubé back. So we get Bill back, and I'm excited for Bill because Bill did one of my favorite storylines on this one. But like I told you guys, we're gonna get somebody's daughter back. So yeah, somebody's daughter back. But I won't give it away until you guys read it, and then I know both of you guys are gonna be like, holy shit. Yeah.
Is she from New Orleans? Maybe.
Maybe.
You got my brain thinking.
Yeah, maybe. But you guys are gonna have to read it, and then let me know what you. I already know B's gonna message me right away after he reads it. He's gonna holy beep 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 beep.
Yeah.
Because I read it and I went holy beep 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 myself. Nice. So I'm like,
can't freaking wait.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
I went beep 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 myself when I read it. So did you guys read Panther?
Yes, I read it.
Did you read Panther? Huh? You did?
No.
Okay. So me and B can talk about the Panther one. At least I think let's not bring it. I'll just put it back on the cover and we can talk about it. Just in case.
Yeah. Good. I don't think there's nothing bad in Panther.
Yeah.
You can probably show, but yeah.
Yeah, what?
You're all the way down 42.
42, right? That's what I thought it was. Yeah, 42.
42 to 52.
Yeah, 42 to 52. So so we get, if you haven't been keeping up with Panther's pretty much a character that's pretty interesting. Got a pretty interesting backstory. I'll let B probably explain it a little better than I can.
Yeah, I can. I mean, thank God she came back in Dynamite recently. She had a 4-issue run. She was in the Sacred Six with Christopher Priest. So she came back, but what she is, she doesn't really know who she is because all of a sudden, like, she can turn into a Black Panther. It's why it's called Panther, and she eats people. I mean, people are bad to her, and and in this issue, we finally get her back. It's probably been I would say about 4 or 5 months from the original. We got 4 issues with her in it,
but she's sporadically ends up in either a couple of Eries before this because I looked it up. So she ended up in Aries, and then she ended up in some Creepies. But there's a couple of issues of Aries and Creepies where Vampy and her team up. So, but
I want to get those ones. That would be fun.
So
that would be fun.
Yeah. So if I can find them, I'll probably do the same thing we did here, and I'll download it, and then we can
talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, talk a little bit about it. But if I can find them,
but dude, this is it's very tragic story, and like she ends up turning into a panther, eats people. She misses days. she missed 2 days of work where she's a cocktail waitress and like
cocktail waitress,
cocktail waitress, where she's working, working the bar scene. And the bar owner was like, "You missed 2 days, so you're fired." And there's this other gentleman there. I wouldn't even call him a gentleman, but he's like, "I own a strip club."
Let's call it a spade a spade. Another sleazeball.
Exactly. Another sleazeball is like, "You can come work for me. Go ahead and take the rest of the day off, and you can perform tomorrow night or get practice." And so she goes to this other bar, which is where she's gonna like, "Oh, I've never stripped before, but like I'll go ahead and try it." And there's this the main stripper, I guess you can say, the main
attraction.
The main attraction. She's like, "Don't think you can take my place," and she has like a leopard with her. So she has like a leopard, with her as one of her.
But the funniest thing be when I read it, you know who I thought of, right? Do you remember the issue with Vampirella as Cleopatra? That's the first thing I thought of when I saw this. Yeah.
Exactly, because she almost kind of like dresses like, you can see her here on the bottom, right hand panel right here. She's like the main. There's some sleaze, but this is like an adult.
Like story. I said, call the spade a spade. He's a freaking sleaze. The guy's a freaking sleazeball.
It is definitely 18 and up, man, on this story where they go with it. But like the girl's like, well, she's the main attraction is like, "No, if you can take my place, go ahead and take it. This is a dog eat dog world right here. So like, go ahead and do it." Yeah. But then like something happens where like she grabs Pantha and like starts to make out with her, so you got girl on girl action right here. Yeah. And maybe Pantha's not down with that. And
Pantha pushes her off. Pretty much what happens. Pantha pushes her off and goes, "Hey," or whatever. And then
she says some bad words that we don't say today. But back in the 70s, they would say these words. Yeah. And
some shenanigans.
I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe that's even written right there, what she just said to her."
Yeah, some shenanigans happens, and then the owner gets involved, and all kinds of stuff, all kinds of shenanigans happen. So
she turns into a panther and she eats the girl. Is what happens.
Hold on, because we skipped over a part where they send the freaking the leopard after her first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So she wants to, because she has a leopard as her attire, her attraction. She's like, and she goes and sends her after her, and she's like, "Oh, you want to send that cat after me? I'll turn myself into a panther."
Right.
And then bam.
Yeah, pretty much. And something happens to the main attraction too. That's all we're gonna say, because
she wanted to get eaten out. Well, she got eaten out. All right.
Yeah, pretty much yeah. Well, it's 18 and up. We can say whatever we want. Yeah. So, but I thought it was fun. I thought it was a decent story.
It was wild, but like, so like another guy like shows up and like, "Hey, I'll take you in, and
pretty much he was looking for his daughter, and his daughter, was, sleazeball, got something,
It's very adult. It's very, we're talking about strippers, we're talking about nudity, we're talking about like dancers. And then like
in that world. So it wasn't good. It was so it was like, well, I don't want to say it on here just in case if I ever get monetized. But some stuff happens. Pretty much the guy becomes her shining her knight in shining armor. Pretty much,
it's another guy. He's looking for his daughter, and but like she is like really insinuating everything though. Like she's like, "Hey, let's bleep, let's have sex, let's do this." He's like, I'm married, but I'm divorced.
Right.
Like, well, you're not married no more. Like, and you got this fine ass chick laying in your bed. What are you gonna do, right?
Right.
And so they have a good night. I mean, that's great. I mean, two humans, making love. It's fine.
I think I can at least show the last panel on this thing. I think Last panel ends at like 50, right, or 40 something.
It would be
49.
42 or 52 to 42 is 10 pages.
Okay,
Yeah,
52. So let's go to 52. I can at least show 52. I know that much. Because just in case.
no, we're good. Yeah, there's nothing really bad on these
Right.
ones. It's a really strong adult
Right.
content. Like, I
Right.
mean, it's so adult. Like, this is good. Like, I mean, I understand the time that this thing were written, 1975, how it was written.
And don't forget, the
It's good.
magazines weren't for kids. The magazines were more for teens and adults, I think.
Exactly.
Back then.
I mean, with the Vampirella, with the Amazons, that they showed way more than this one, but this content in this one,
and the story in general,
the story is very adult and very like it's almost disturbing. It is kind of disturbing because like she's like, it's fine, like, you know, you could, let's do this, but then like what happens is there's some sort of a mirror of a panther, you know, outside the windows, and like, I want that girl, and like, and so this mirror, you know, outside, like a stalker, you know, kills the guy that that Panther was with,
right?
And it's like, I'm gonna get you next, and like that's kind of how it ends right here. It's dude, it's like, it's really rated. It's rated R. It's for adults, and like, and it's scary as hell because this shit really does happen today, like stuff like this,
right?
Besides turning into a panther.
They write it in 75, but this stuff still happens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
so it's
exactly,
and it's in a big city. It's in New York. So okay, B, let's grade the story on art. You know, pickup ability. If they've never read a Panther, could they pick this up?
I believe so. I believe they can pick it up. I believe pickup ability is a good solid 8. I think the story's an 8.
Okay.
The art almost might be a 9 because the art is great on this. We're talking black and white art here.
Right.
Black and white art. This is great. Black and white art.
Okay. So I'll agree with you too. And then but if you're around younger people or younger kids or anything,
it's not.
But don't read it around them. Just being outright. Don't to make sure they don't see any of these pages, because
this is definitely 18 plus.
18 plus material. But I mean, it's a good read. I'll agree with you too. So all of it's pretty much 8 all the way down, and then art wise 9. And then what did we give? Did we give Jose's any slack? Jose's got lower because of because of let's just say I thought it would be I agreed with you guys. I thought it could have been better since we got
exactly.
It was all for 2 issues, I think, right? 2 or 3 issues.
I think it's been like almost a month, like 4 issues.
4 issues, yeah. But no, because he popped in once. He popped in once during one of those issues, I think. He popped in once, and then he popped out, and then it was Gonzalez, and then the Sanchez guy.
Yeah, Sanchez.
Yeah,
the dirty one.
The dirty Sanchez one, or the thumb face guys. Yeah. That's how I'm gonna that's how I'm gonna tell you guys which artists they are. The thumb face vampy guys. Dude, I couldn't get over the freaking faces on. I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, come on, man. I go, dude, like I said, we get spoiled with Gonzalez. Yeah. But I mean, honestly, and I did, since we're gonna bring stuff up anyways, I brought up a poll this week. I've been doing a lot more polls, and I appreciate everybody getting involved in the polls this week.
Everybody, where you at?
Come on. But I'm glad they said they got to survive on Instagram. I said, who's your guys' favorite Vampirella models, or favorite Vampirella models, in the 2000s, or modern cosplays in general, modern cosplayers. So I put Faces by Rachie up on Instagram. I put Joni Broses up. I put Dare Taylor up, and I put Emma Dilemma up. Them these 4 up. But I couldn't put any more up because the damn poll wouldn't let me put any more of them up. So I put these guys up. I was just curious to see what Instagram would do. 76% Joni wins. And then if Rachie gets 12% on on that surprised me. I thought they would
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it would be equal. I thought those two would be equal. I didn't think it would be Joni would be outvoted. But it didn't help that Joni shared it on her page too.
Oh,
so,
no way.
So I looked to see how many people shared it. I saw how many people shared it, and most of the people shared it were all Joni fans. So I had a feeling. I'm like, and then on YouTube, Rachie wins. So eventually, I'm gonna do the 90s, the Warren runs, and then whoever wins out of those two, I'm gonna put those guys back up and see how many people, how many votes these guys get. So YouTube, Rachie's gonna move to the next round on YouTube, and then on Instagram, Joni's gonna move to the next round. But
they're all great, and I appreciate they're all on their own.
They're all great. Joni's great. I've met Joni, I've met Rachie, I've met Emma. You know what I mean? I've met, Dare. All of them are great. All of them are great. Even Ashlyn Day. A lot of them that do Vampy in general are great. I'm glad that they're fans themselves. Yeah. So that they do her
that's
justice.
What makes it better, because they are fans of them. And again, I throw Anna Mia out there.
Anna too. Anna's a fan. Anna's written her before.
Yep.
Written Betty Page.
Oh, Betty Page is great. Alien Agenda. She actually wrote it. So heck yeah, dude.
Yeah. So I appreciate them because they're actually fans. I appreciate the cosplayer more if they're actually an actual fan.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So they know the material, and
right,
and that what makes their attire better and makes their look better and their photos better is because they know the stories. They're reading the stories as we are reading them today.
Right.
That's what makes it so cool.
Yeah, and then I wouldn't mind getting some of them on here. You know what I mean? To go over the old ones with us to see what what they would actually actually see what their opinion of this would be.
Yeah,
so
that'd be cool.
But next, so I always give you guys a little tease of next week's. All right, they'll pop back in. So let me pop him back in. What's going on?
Dale's doing cards over here. Man, he's got that Don Russ card of the fuck face card, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of next week's. So this is gonna be next week's cover, and done by Enrich Torres again. And then I think we get another interior by Gonzalez. I like this one because it actually gives other characters, some
we got them all there.
Time. Yeah. Pendragon.
Van Helsing. We got Adam Van Helsing. We got Vampiro. We got Pendragon. And the other two, I don't know. It's got to be.
The other two. Yeah, the other two, I think, are the one is the freaking the Dracula story that goddess or whatever that goddess that came in. So I'm guessing that's that one.
Her loss is the or whatever its name.
Yeah. But and then we get so do we get this happens. So will Vampy survive and will Pendragon survive? You guys have to find out. And somebody's daughter comes back into play. And
next week
you guys gotta find out next week. Yep. Subscribe, thumbs up the channel.
Hit that bell because when we come back live next week.
Yeah, and then go share it. Share with friends. Tell them about Vampy Book Club.
Better like the page.
Like our stuff. Like
smash
the stuff.
it like Hulk.
Yeah. But I'm gonna have a lot more Vampy content coming. So a lot more videos coming. It's just work in progress. B knows the drill. B knows that drill, man.
If you guys want something else besides Vampy right now, check out Sweetie Candy Vigilante. My playlist is down in the description below. Dude, you guys got to check out Sweetie Candy Vigilante. She's just like Vampirella, but she loves candy.
Right.
And who doesn't love candy?
Yeah, so I'll set, everything's down in the description below. I just gotta adjust everything like I always do. But everything's gonna be in the description. But if you guys are enjoying, if you guys are enjoying Vampire Book Club, if you guys want to join in on Vampire Book Club, hit me up, let me know. We may have some more guests coming.
More guests.
We may have some special episodes coming.
Yep.
So
always.
So well, we're always I'm always in the background working, working on some cool stuff. But we'll see you guys next week.